Hi guys, welcome to Astrogram. So today we're going to see something about boots. Let's say what sort of boots you want to wear when you're riding a motorcycle, and it could be a touring bike or cruiser or a sports or a dirt. So it just depends on that need. You can actually buy different types of boots as well. And at the same time, these boots are not going to be with you just while you ride. It also has to be on your foot after you ride as well. So we're just going to see what are the options that we have and things like that. So first thing is, when talking about boots, good quality boots actually save your foot getting injured during in a case of an accident. So the main thing that you need to look into is, let's say, what sort of sport you're going to use it for. Is it like a daily commuting, or is something you're going to use it for your track days or for dirt and things like that. So some of these boots, they have specific requirements and features and protections they come with, and it's just based on the trade-off. You want it for comfort, you want it for more touring type of boots and things like that. So let's get into it. So first thing is the size of the boot. So the size of the boot is actually, it's similar to your shoes as well, but one thing you got to be careful is boots come from different manufacturers from different countries. So there is a size differences. For US there is different sizes, and UK, just like your shoe, if you buy from different brands, you're gonna have different fits. So when you buy different sizes, you have to make sure that you get the right size. And my suggestion is, this is not like a regular tennis shoes that you can buy it online. So this is something you need to wear it, you need to walk on top of it, and if possible you have to sit on your bike to see if it's actually gets well while you actually wear it. So that's all the things that you need to do. My suggestion is, you can watch as much reviews as you can, but when you're going to buy it, make sure that you actually visit a store nearby and make sure that you try some of these things online and then see if it actually fits well and works well for you. Okay, so now as I said, the sizes actually vary. US, UK, and a lot of different regions, the sizes will vary, and the fit also varies, guys. So now when you actually buy from a certain brand, let's say Alpine-Star, SD, or some of these brands, some of the fits of some of the shoes might be a bit narrower, or some of them will be a bit broader, and some will have cuff adjustment as well. So that's basically your cuffs are bigger, and the standard shoes may not have the option to adjust your cuffs if it's actually high-raised boots like these ones. So you need to have those things in place as well. And so next thing is your type of sport. So what sort of bike you have and what sort of sport you use it for. So let's say if it's for cruising, just like if you got a cruiser, if you're going for just a road bike cruising, and touring is basically if you go on road and bit of off road kind of touring as well. And dirt, so dirt bikes boots are a bit expensive. They're actually a new expanding market in terms of boots consumers. And so traditionally a lot of dirt bikes or bikers, they actually tend to use the racing boots for dirt bikes as well. So now actually dirt bikes have got its own brand, and the market is actually keep growing at a better rate. And so dirts, that's another segment. And then sports you've got roads, casual, and then so you got track days boots as well that you can get. And apart from this, so out of these segments, some of the segments which generally say that the market share is a bit more is basically your casual segment and then touring. And these are the two segments where generally a lot of people buy boots, these kind of boots, because these ones are a little robust in terms and more practical, and that you can use it on different areas. And that the point is the protection, and the protection is pretty low on these ones. So that's one thing you got to be careful with that. But definitely they're going to be better than your typical tennis shoes, which is made of canvas and leather and plastic and stuff like that. So this is going to be having a lot of protection compared to that. So even your casual boot, your riding boot's going to have a lot of protection. And so next thing is type of protection. So you've got different types of protection that you can get. Some of the boots that you get, they are actually half size of this one, so it's going to be just half of it until your ankles. And some of these ones, like are full size, so it will have your shin protection as well. This is the shin, and your calf protection as well. So it depends on which one you're going to get. So basically the half size one, you can actually use it for casual days as well, just wearing your jeans or your regular pants, you can use them. Whereas these boots, sometimes they may not get into your pants, so you have to tuck your pants inside the boot. So if it's not your type of style and you're gonna walk quite a bit apart from riding, and so these boots not going to be practical. And these ones are a bit higher on protection, at the same time the airflow is going to be a problem as well, so it's going to get a little sweatier with this one. So you better have better socks and also have something like an insole that you can change it as well and wash it and change it as well, or else it's going to get really messy. And so next thing is type of protection is like say weather protection. So if you are living in a place where there is a constant sort of like a wet weather, cold climates and that sort of stuff, it's better you get some sort of a water protection based boots, because not all boots come with water protection. So some of them do come with them. So that's basically when you ride in places where there is high waters and stuff, the boot doesn't get wet or doesn't let water in that easily. So it gives you an additional protection option as well. And so then is your ankle support. So the ankle support is like say most of the boots that you get, let's say for dirt racing, touring, most of the boots they will have some sort of an ankle support, ankle protection, and so that's basically to protect your ankle bones, but not all of them. If you see like even this one doesn't have, it actually bends in this direction, which means it doesn't have the ankle protection. So so some of the boots have this sort of strong plastic and metal pieces that actually reinforce this side of the section of the boot, which doesn't let the boot bend in this direction. So that way, you know, you get some extra protection on this one. And then we'll talk about sliders at the end. I'll tell you what the sliders are and what sort of sliders you should look for when you're buying a boot. And the next is type of closures on your boots. So some of them come with velcros like these ones, and some would come with the zippers or combination of these ones, and some comes with laces. So my only concern with the laces is, let's say if you have laces, especially just near this portion, if the laces are pretty the tying part of the lace is actually in this location, this is going to get a little riskier, because when you actually on your bike, when you're actually changing gears and stuff like that, so they actually tend to get in the way from the gear pedals. So there's actually going to be and the brakes and stuff like that, it's going to be a bit riskier. So that's one thing you got to be careful as well. So if you have laces, my suggestion is try to avoid laces. The laces are good if it gives you sort of like a nice fit tying up the boots, which is really great, but they're not the safest option, I would say. But fit wise they are the really good ones. And the next option is buckles. So some of the boots comes with sort of like a buckles that you can strap it around some of the shin areas and stuff like that. So this is like so this are really good compared to velcros, because velcros tend to get worn out pretty quickly if you buy the cheapest boots. But if you buy a decent quality boots, they tend to stick around for a while. So but still, you know, compared to velcros, the buckles are a bit more stiffer, and you feel some sort of like a tightness around the cuff areas and stuff like that. So that way, you know, it actually feels better. So I personally tend to like the buckles better compared to just the velcro. Some of the boots doesn't come with the zippers and velcro, some just come with the velcro. So it's just a choice, personal choice. And then the other option is, as I said, the next one is movement of the boots. So movement of the boots, the main thing that you got to be thinking is, let's say, two types of movements you typically need. So one is your front movement, just when you actually bend your foot when you're walking and stuff like that, or leaning on and things like that. And the second one is a side movement. So most of the boots always have some sort of a restricted movement because it comes with protection. So the whole point of protection is actually they don't want the legs to be broken in a case of an accident. So that is a trade-off. So now with that one, what you lose is actually the degree of freedom for your legs. So most of the boots, they doesn't actually give you an option to bend your ankles in this direction. So or actually it makes it a bit harder because the materials are tougher. So now with that one, if you're a short rider and when you're actually putting down your legs in here, so you might actually have some sort of an angle like that. And so sometimes, you know, you need to bend your ankles a little bit to support your weight of your bike and stuff like that. So that is going to be difficult with some of the boots. And so if you are a short rider, so you can also choose boots which has got better heel and which has got a bit higher heels, and then have an insole as well, thicker insole as well, which raises the height to at least an inch, which generally gives you sort of like a better confidence. And So that is one thing. And next thing is replaceable heel and sole. So a lot of boots comes with the replaceable sole, so that is not going to be a problem. So the main thing is with the heel portion of it, most of the boots come with sort of like a fixed sole, so fixed undersole. So this is like, if it gets worn out, you have no other choice, you just to throw it out. But if you buy an expensive boot, make sure that you have some sort of a replaceable undersole, because so you can actually replace a lot of the portions of the boot, so you're not actually buying the whole boot again for a higher cost. And so next is protection. So protection wise, as I said, weather protection, water protection, and shin support is basically this one. So when you buy it, it should have some sort of a protection in this area, because this is one of the places where people generally break their legs. So this one and ankle, so you need to make sure that you have some sort of a protection there. And then ankle support, ankle protection, and then sliders. So sliders, many boots actually gives you an option to actually replace the sliders. So the sliders, if you watch closely, even on my boot, I have some wear and tear. So these do happen when you actually go in corners. So this is like natural. It's not like you've fallen down or anything like that. But we actually do some tight cornering. You do actually get these part of these shoes actually scratching on the ground. So now these sliders, if you actually buy it with a non-replaceable sliders, then when it wears out, then you're gonna start throwing the shoes off. So best is actually get something which you can actually replace it. So this one is actually a replaceable option, so you can actually get this away and you can get a new one as well. Some of them comes with the screws as well. So the screws, I would say, is a better option compared to something which you can just buckle in up. Yeah, so that's about it. And when you buy it, just get something which has got cuff adjustment, shin protection, ankle support, sliders, replaceable insoles, and if possible replaceable undersoles. Undersoles, it's not common with a lot of boots, so it only comes with certain models. So if you get it, it's better. Alright guys, so we'll catch up on another video, and thanks for watching, and subscribe to the channel.